Hi, it's Signe from Sign of Horses, and if you want to find out how I made a shopping basket into a really handy grooming basket, then stay tuned, because this is a DIY. Yay! My grooming bag. I have been using this lovely thingamy-bob carrying basket as my grooming bag for the past couple of weeks, and as you can see, anytime I need something I have to rummage in there and see if I can find the brush that I need. So I decided to get it organized a bit more, and I do it DIY style. For this tutorial you are going to need a shopping basket, a pair of scissors, a hole punch, measuring tape, a pen, needles and thread, a sewing machine if you have one, but you can do this one without a sewing machine. Fabric or leather, or fabric and leather. I used some remnants. This used to be an old sofa. That's what I use, but you can use fabric if you like. Let's get started. So first I measured the space, the top and the bottom, and then the total length up of these side panels. And I also did the same for these side panels. So I measured here and there and the bottom part. I have some holes in here. Don't know if you can see. Yep, there are some holes in here, and on this side the same, but also this lovely webbing that I can attach stuff to. So if you're gonna buy a basket to make this DIY, then make sure that your basket has some holes somewhere, or you are able to drill them in. Movie magic! Here are the panels that I've already cut to size. There's 2 of them for each side, and then for the shorter side I made these little pockets. You can choose to do them with the leather, the soft leather out. I choose to make them like this, so with the rough on the outside and the smooth bit on the inside, so all my stuff goes in easily. So these are going to be the side pockets. I've got 2 of those as well for the short sides, and then for the longer sides, that side I made these sort of trapezium rectangle thingies, and some strips that I will sew on to make pockets. I have some lovely grey yarn in here, which I think will match the leather nicely, have a bit of contrast, because it's grey on the inside and black on the outside. The leather is, not the yarn. But I do have to change my needle, because this is a Microtex needle, which I love. Love Microtex needles, but I'm using a special leather needle, and it comes in different sizes. It comes in 90 and 100. I think I'm gonna use a 90, that will do for this project. Insert it right there. I'm using a pretty simple sewing machine. It's a Brother Boutique 15, so nothing fancy, really old. Bought it secondhand, still works for me. So no special leather sewing stuff except for the needle. No special sewing thread either, just a good quality thread. Always buy good quality thread, your machine is worth it. If you have trouble, like me, with the machine gliding onto the leather, then use a strip of paper and put it between the foot and the leather, like that. That will help your sewing nicely. And the paper you can just rip off afterwards, like that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Very satisfying. To be able to fit things in these pockets, I want to have a bit of room, so I've actually kept this fabric bit that was attached to the leather because it's from an old sofa, because I can wrinkle that, and it's a lot harder to do that with leather. So I'm going to wrinkle it up a bit so we have a pocket that has some room in there. I'm going to sew along here and see if the brush fits in there. Yes, it does. And do the same for that one. And then sew it along the bottom. Maybe I need to do that by hand, or maybe I can do it by machine. We'll see. And go along like that. There we are. One side with whole pockets in where you can't escape from in the bottom, and then the other side I left the bottom bits open so the dirt can fall through. And there's some tighter ones and there's some looser ones, so you can choose whatever you want. There's still a little bit of paper left on there, but that'll rub off in the end. So these are my two sides, and I have the two short sides as well. Next thing to do is get these sides marked with those holes in the side of the basket, right there, and those two. So just put that on there, get my pen out, and mark away. See if it's placed nicely. Yes. Okay, there we are. Now if they are not aligned, as you can see they are not, because this one is way at the top and that one is way at the bottom, I'm gonna align them before I cut them. And then we're done. And these two side pockets need to be done as well. One. Oh, I moved. Two. Yay. Everybody needs one of these. If you buy a horse, next thing you buy is one of these, and buy a quality one. It's worth it. I've had this one for years and it's still going strong. Matching holes. Now, if you don't have a sewing machine, don't worry, you can still do this. What you need to get is a hammer and a nail and just hammer holes in the leather everywhere, and then sew it by hand. It's just going to take you a whole lot longer. Matching holes as well. Yay. 8 more to go. A bit I had left, I just cut a thin strip like that and then thread it through. Thread it through there. Thread it through the whole of the pocket. Then I tie a knot in here. There, and that will keep the pocket snug against the side of the basket, and I do it on the other side as well. On this side, tie a knot in there as tight as I can against there. So it's pretty stuck on there like this, but the knots will get smaller and slip through, so I also make a knot in here. A double knot, or figure of 8 knot as it's called, because it forms like a figure of 8. Don't know if you can see. It's a figure of 8. Cut off the ends or leave them dangling if you like that. And that is pretty snug as well. That's not going anywhere as well, and it's easy to replace. You can also do that with tie rips if that's your preferred way of doing it. And you can use buttons, and depending on what your basket is, what type of basket you found to do this. Done. My cowboy magic, of course. And I gave my brushes a good wash, so these are just gonna go in like that. That's this tail brush. Will that sit in there nicely, or maybe it should go in there? Oh, that's a better fit. Oh, that one is so pink again. You can make these pockets from leather, but you can also make them from fabric. And I chose black leather because he's got pink brushes, and the black leather might be a bit more manly for him. That will go in there like that. We all have these baby towelettes, I'm sure. They are a must-have. And they now have their own pocket. Yay, it's so organized. And this is the end result. A very nicely organized grooming basket that I can take with me and be proud of. That's how I did it. Thank you for watching this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, so I know you liked it and I can make more DIY videos. And please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, and so would Liz. Liz? Would you appreciate it? Most importantly, release your inner Viking. I will see you next time. Bye.